talking basketball. They're fucking dumb as shit. They don't know basketball, but they will make dumb ass jokes.
Ready to go, baby boy? Let's do it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pod Don't Lie with Sam and Stav. We are here fucking in the middle of March Madness. It's the biggest basketball thing going. It's not NBA, but it's basketball. But
it is hilarious that Barkley and Kenny they know nothing about it.
It's awesome. It's awesome because you also realize how much of their job is just pretending, because they don't. Chuck does not watch that much basketball. He's golfing.
I think Shaq and Kenny are watching.
Shaq is the worst of them all.
You think Shaq's the worst?
Only one that watch. Shaq watches less basketball than Charles Barkley.
That's true. He doesn't know names,
and he's on twice a week. Shaq is the only one that's on both.
I don't care. I love
Thursdays. He is brutal, dude. It's so funny when Candace Parker just describes.
She's great.
She's awesome, and it's Shaq tries to put his nuts on the table, and she's just like, no, I watch. I'm still playing. I watch basketball, and I take this job so much more seriously than you have ever taken it.
And also, Wade knows more, and Wade is an ownership stake now, so it's in his interest to be watching anyway.
It. Yeah, that is funny. That's so funny that a minority owner also does TV. You'd think that's a little bit of a conflict of interest there, but I guess when it's the Jazz, they're like, well, no one can make this franchise cool, so you can go ahead.
It's crazy that we were right. It's crazy that we were right to hate the Jazz as kids, because no one thought the Jazz were cool as kids. It was tough because I would kind of root against them just because I wanted Jordan to lose. But even then, I was I didn't even believe it. I was like, Malone?
It felt weird. Yeah, it felt
Stockton?
weird. And look, I was literally 7 years old. When Jordan was beating the Jazz. I don't have full and when you're a little ass kid, and all your memories are just you grew up in Jordan mania. Your first basketball memories are Jordan playing friendlies against the Greek team that my family grew up rooting for, that McDonald's thing. And and also Jordan's second 3 championships are the only ones I even have fake memories of. So I remember the fucking, the push off final shot. That's one of my first basketball memories, in real time. Cause I was, just watch, but it was but even then I was rooting against him, and it was just because Michael Jordan is he was Superman or Batman to me at that age, where it's he's a superhero. He's not even a human.
At the time, I was rooting for Utah because I wanted Jordan to lose. But now, in retrospect, thank God Malone and Stockton didn't get rings, because that would have hurt the Ewing thing even more.
Yeah.
At least now there's a whole 90s. Because Barkley didn't get one. Yes, those guys. There were a lot of great players in the 90s.
You can fold him into the guys that just were unlucky enough to play against Michael Jordan.
And David Robinson's lucky he got Tim Duncan because of that year that he went down injured and they sucked.
Right.
Otherwise, he'd be another guy.
Yeah.
That missed out. Another great center who missed out. So
yeah, he caught it on the back end of his career though too. It's not
for sure
got it in his prime.
But Jordan was out of the league that year.
Out of the league, yeah.
And they beat my fucking Knicks.
Yes.
I got to tell you some crazy shit that happened to me yesterday. I'm flying back from Columbus with our boy Gary Veter.
Please fill me in.
And early morning flight, Veter's it's the only option. So it's oh, damn it. All right. Not that early. It's 10 a.m., whatever. But
still brutal.
Still brutal.
10 a.m. means you got to wake. Yeah, you were up late last night. You don't go to bed. I can't go to bed till 3 after shows. It's impossible. So it's you got to be up by fucking. And then it's did you pack or did you just fucking eat Kind bars and watch fucking, diners, drive-ins, and dives until fucking 3 a.m. It's you probably did that. So you have to wake up early. You have to pack to get there. How early do you get to the airport? Because I fly by the skin of my little fucking teeth.
Yeah, we're both clear.
Yeah, we're both clear and pre-check. You're in and out. You're in there.
Yeah, and thank God Veter is too. So, we're going through clear. We get there, we're pretty early. And scheduled an Uber, everything. as we get there, there's just a woman with 2 kids in front of us. The meanest woman I've ever seen in my life. Like, I've never seen a worse human being. Like, a total just awful woman.
On Clear?
Yeah. And clearly, clearly didn't know how she... Well, she didn't know how to use it. So she seemed rich. She of course had the loud Louis Vuitton bag.
If you're taking your kids through Clear and pre-check, that's not, poor people don't even know.
She wasn't pre-check. She was Clear. I studied everything. I was like, let me size her up. The detective in me. She's just yelling at this woman. It's a small-ish airport. It's Columbus. They don't even have a Delta lounge. It's a smallish airport. Lounge. This woman is yelling at the Clear woman. She's going, you are just terrible at your job. You are so bad at your job. I have never seen someone, and I'm like watching her, I'm like, you don't fly a lot, because like everyone knows who flies a lot knows how to do this themselves. You don't even need. But she's going, what's your name?
What's she doing? Checking a bag or just going?
No, she's Clear? Just going through Clear where you have to line up your eyes with the.
I'm a fingers man myself. I don't go eyes. I don't
Stop puts his tongue on the thing. You're like, sir, please.
I use the. Because your butthole is even more distinct than your thumbprint. So I have an asshole 3D scan that I make Clear do.
So what happens is it gets to a point where she goes,
so she's just yelling at the woman at Clear, which for the listeners, if you're not familiar with Clear, one of the simplest things in the world. You either look at something or you put your fingers on something and it IDs you that way. That way you don't need an ID. You don't need like.
So I know she doesn't fly a lot.
She doesn't.
That's my first thing. And she's yelling. Like, I'm telling you, this went on for like 3 minutes, but like 3 minutes of yelling at a woman is like hard to watch.
A lot of time.
And it gets to a point where she goes, what's your name? You're so bad. I want to complain about you. And it's just like, you tell her kids are like humiliated.
Of course. How old are these kids?
If I had to guess, 12-ish probably.
That's the worst age.
Worst
I remember
age
being that
humiliated.
Age. But yeah, my mom was in hindsight, she was just trying to get our money back. But I remember a lot of mornings spent at like Value City. My mom haggling over whether they're going to accept this polo that I got chocolate ice cream on, if they're going to fucking return it because it also doesn't fit me. So
this is a different type of mom though. This
totally,
is a real.
In hindsight, but when you're a dumbass like 12-year-old kid, you're just as embarrassed. I can't imagine also understanding on some level that my mom is evil, how much I would be embarrassed by this type of behavior.
Well, so then she goes to the ticket counter. She's complaining to the ticket guy about the Clear, and he's like, they're all morning shift people. They're like, miss, what do you? So I say to the woman Carmen at Clear, I go, I'm so sorry about her. That's unacceptable. Like you're doing fine. And Vita and I are both angry for her. And then she goes back to yell at her again, and I go, hey, lady. Enough. I hit her with an enough. And
Sammy, the fucking.
And you can see Vita's eyes light up, and she goes, "This doesn't concern you." I go, "It didn't, but it does now because you didn't leave her alone." And I got fired up. And you could tell she was flustered because she's not used to people talking back to her. And she yells, and Vita goes, "Lady, shut up!" And she goes, security. She yells for security. And I said, security. I was like, everyone here hates you. No one's calling security on us. We don't work for you. And she screams for security on us. And we're like, we're traveling. We're not.
Dude, and then, that's a golden ticket. Getting to yell at a fucking annoying white woman, I'm guessing.
Yes,
annoying old white woman.
Obviously.
Yeah. Hey,
and she wasn't that old. She should have known better. And she just kept. And she goes. And then Vita goes, "Lady, this isn't the movie of your life. You're a nobody."
They're crushing her. Absolutely crushing her.
And then this is when he took it too far. She goes. Well, you're short. And Gary goes, "Lady, you should see me without a shirt on." Because Vita's shredded. I mean, he is ripped.
He's talking about his body.
And I'm like, I was like, Gary, that's not, But the good thing is, she kind of was so flustered that we even talked back to her that she fucked off a little bit. And I saw the ticket guy kind of give us a nod like, thank you. Like, fuck her.
Yeah.
Then as she goes through security, she's not pre-check. We're Clear pre-check. She's not. So we fly through. She gets the full fucking pat down, brother.
Yes. Hell yes. Good. Fuck that dumb bitch. That's awesome.
I hate it. And Vita and I were like, it was like we just had a cup of coffee and that we were like energized for the day.
You could have been you could have ran a fucking half marathon right there, dude. Off the fuel of owning that dumb bitch. That's incredible. Good for you guys.
I totally would have gone even harder if she didn't have kids there.
Oh yeah, the kids definitely saved.
That's tough.
It's tough. It is tough. But for her to go back, for seconds.
She went back, and it was a while. She was torturing this woman, and I'm like, dude.
And she wasn't even doing it.
Places are understaffed.
Yeah. It's all, and like, listen, if anyone has some sympathy for the people yelling at airline employees currently, as someone who was recently fucked in the ass by WestJet, fuck that bitch. I think I'm not gonna say her name, but fuck whatever that dumb bitch in Calgary's name is. I get it. But you know what? There was no. This is that.
Your story is different, though.
Because I was on a righteous crusade against these people. This woman, dumb bitch. I wish.
Yeah, but you got fucked. This woman was just being mean. She was a bully.
I would have loved to see them let them fight. Two dumb bitches go after each other.
Pay-per-view. Two dumb bitches.
Two dumb bitches at an airport. That would be awesome. The dumbest fucking customer service bitch you've ever seen. The fucking most spoiled, divorced white bitch you've ever seen.
I was so fired up.
That's awesome. Good for you, man. I'm fucking jealous.
We were cracking up. I was like, man, it's so good to travel with you, buddy. I would have done something solo, but it's like nice to have your boy with you.
Oh, it would have been fun. Yeah, absolutely. You get the whole. Then you get to enjoy the like. If you do something like that solo, you immediately call a friend to tell them what happened.
Oh, dude, it's like you running over and you tag in your partner, and then he's like, bam, bam, bam.
Damn, calling Gary short is so funny. You know that bitch had nothing.
Oh, and Vitor hasn't heard that before.
Yeah. But
he's ready.
Yeah, but without my shirt off is so funny.
It's such a ridiculous line. It's like, Gary, come on, let's not.
Come on, chill. Our kids are here. What, do you want this woman to want to fuck you? Is that how you think you're gonna win this?
Gary's just banging her in the bathroom. He's like, I got her. I'm like, Jesus. Now she's really gonna complain.
You fucking dumb whore. Just giving it to her in the family room in one of those little breast pumping stalls.
Kids are like, Mom.
Yeah. Gary's like, I'm your dad now.
Comes out shirtless, just
flexing. Gives each kid $10. Go get some McDonald's.
Vitor is shredded now.
That's awesome.
He just started going to the gym 5 days a week during the pandemic, and he just came out he came in with hair and skinny, and he came out bald and shredded.
Yes, interesting. I love that look. I love when Jewish guys start sort of looking like Aryan brothers, like parts of the Aryan Brotherhood, because it happens. It's some Jewish guys go that way when they start losing their hair.
It's true. It's a good point.
He's not full. Gary's somewhere on the full Aaron Berg transformation timeline. That's true. He's taking it to the absolute max. You can't look more Jewish and Nazi at the same time. It's impossible. that binary. That's fucking hilarious. Well, good for you guys. I have been off. It's been insane, dude. Just a week in my house feels like I didn't honestly know what to do with myself. I still couldn't sleep. I tried to get good sleep. I'm still on a weird, up too late timeline. I'm still used to being up, but I just told myself I'm not going out. I'm not doing shit. It was, it's good. And the one nice thing is that this is the best weekend to just fucking fuck off in your house, because like, I'm not a huge college hoops guy, but March Madness.
Oh, it's great.
Plus some games. The first night they have one game, which hilariously Saddiq Bey goes off for 50. The one night no one watches NBA basketball. He goes off for 50. It's the first night of the tournament. No, it was literally Detroit versus the Magic. They try and put the shittiest matchup possible so no one will fucking watch it. Saddiq Bey's the poor guy who's been having 10 threes, hit 50 points. I believe, what do you have? Like he had I think he had at least 10 rebounds. He had a lot of assists. I don't think it was a triple double, but it was a fucking insane game. So he goes buck fucking wild, and he's had a weird, everyone kind of sucked him off his rookie year. He was the Detroit Pistons in general have been kind of a little bit up and down.
Yeah.
progress is not linear, even when it seems like you have some studs, some rookie studs. Cade has been coming on lately. And I think that makes sense for that team. I think the guys they have are the kind of guys that will like sort of, mature together. And I think like, maybe you keep Grant around until the next trade deadline, see if you can unload him for some fucking assets, but use him as like a guy to help the young guys along, whatever. But, salute to Sadiq Bey for that fucking 50-pointer. I didn't see it live, baby. I was watching the fucking tourney, but still,
the tourney is great because
the tourney's incredible.
You know what it's like? It's kind of like a spin-off of a show you love, and you're like, it's not the show I love, but there's like, you see like Doug McDermott's dad as the coach of Crane, and you're like, all right, we got some recognizable characters
in there, and then it's just like, it's so fun because it's like, it is like a capsule. It's like, I will not watch any more college basketball. I'm not a college basketball guy. I never will be. But dude, it's just fun. There are so many close games where it was like you can spend all day watching a game. They got the fucking little fucking boxes up there to see like, oh, what's close? Like, let me fucking flip over. I mean, they were just, I don't even, what's funny is the only games I really remember and the story of the fucking tournament is the fucking Peacocks, St. Pete's, who beat Murray State, John Morant's alma mater, and they beat Kentucky much bigger.
That's a big Kentucky,
one. But still insane. The 15 seed, and they're fucking likable. They hustle. Their coach rules. He's a New York guy who played for Seton Hall. The last time a school from Jersey got out of the first round of the tournament, he was the point guard at Seton Hall.
Jesus.
And now he's the fucking head coach of St. Peter's.
I was watching some of that Villanova Ohio State game, and like, man, that little white kid Gillespie can hoop. Jesus.
Yeah.
You're watching, you're like, who the hell? Because you're like, little Gillespie, And you're like, shit.
Yeah. No, it is
That's
funny.
amazing.
I mean, it is fun. And the same thing with St. Pete's. It's like you just have. I saw a tweet that was like one white boy on the whole team, and he's just like he shoots at nothing but net. I mean, it's just like all the like hilarious college tropes of just like the like 3-point shoot, the one white guy on the college team who can shoot, but not. And he did. Everyone's talking about how he looks like a podcaster, which he literally does with his little fucked up mustache. And his little tall hair. But
who's that kid on the Davidson Michigan State game was good.
That was a good one.
That white guy, big New Zealand white guy from that guy can fucking. He looks like he kind of plays like Bosch. He's like a big left.
Sam Wardenberg, is that his name?
Yeah, I forgot, but he was awesome, dude.
Yeah. Let me see right here. Yes, I'm looking it up. Yeah, the first is from newzealand.com. onenews.co.New Zealand. New Zealand Sam Wardenberg stuns top NBA prospects at March Madness. But yeah,
he could be a stud.
I love it too. We get so ahead of ourselves, where it's like one guy has a good game and has a couple good runs, and some motherfuckers can really make some money for themselves right now. I was really liking Johnny Davis on Wisconsin. Just great name, Johnny Davis, all-American ass name. Wisconsin ended up losing that game, and it was. I mean, look, you watch some of these games, and you're like, damn. They just went 5 minutes without scoring a fucking field goal. And it's like a little annoying, but at the same time, there is a drama to these games that an NBA game really lacks. And it feels a little like football where it's like, oh, okay, we didn't get the goal, but it's like defense matters so much more in college hoops because
and also like football, it's one and done. It's every game's a game 7.
Exactly. It's like, would Kentucky probably beat St. Peter's if they did a fucking 7-game series? Sure, but it's like that's why it rules, because it's like, you could be like, fuck, how are we losing to these fucking assholes? these dickheads that probably have to go to a Lifetime Fitness in Jersey City to practice, and we're fucking Kentucky. But that's an awesome.
Yeah, Kentucky was stunned, man. I mean, look, I do kind of like Kentucky.
Calipari,
so many Knicks.
Fraud? Is he a fraud? I think he is,
dude.
Coaching wise,
we are gonna have to talk about this at some point. Julius starting to fight with fucking everybody all of a sudden. Why is he doing this?
Dude, he's acting out.
He picked a fight with Gobert last night, and even Gobert was like, "Dude, I don't want to fight."
Lashing out, dude. Yeah, I mean, look, we can talk about that, but Kentucky to me, it's like Calipari really. If it wasn't for Anthony Davis, he has no rings, and he is the best recruiter, so he must suck dick at coaching. He's a fucking greasy Italian.
Well, he's developed some great players. No, hey, that one slipped by me.
No, I'm kidding, of course. Calipari rules, but it is funny that he I mean, he's developed
Maxey.
Yeah, I mean, look, I wouldn't start with Quickly, the hilarious.
John Wall,
Kentucky.
DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah. No,
Devin
Booker, Tyler Hero. Yeah, I mean, but Anthony Davis really fucking got him his ring, man. And then you look at, and it's like, damn, the teams he's had that haven't won. And look, St. Peter's actually getting to the Sweet 16 actually helps Calipari a little bit because it's like, well, look, they even beat, I don't even fucking remember who they played, even though I watched the whole game. And they play Purdue next, and there's the other thing that's really nice about about March Madness is you get to see the guys whose names you've heard a lot, like Chet Holmgren. We've heard that motherfucker. The big motherfucker.
He's awesome.
Gonzaga. That'll be interesting. Then you have
Chet is such a cool name too.
Chet, you think Chet is a cool name, Sam?
Yeah, it's like old school, man. It's fucking like a film noir dude, Chet Baker or something like that.
Yeah, you love noir shit. It is good. It is good, but Chet to me seems like it's a little boy's name, which he is a little boy. He's a 7
Chet
foot
is
one
fucking cool,
boy.
dude. Yo, let me call Chet. Chet is cool.
Who's that? What is now he's in a Dolomite. Now he's in a Dolomite movie. Chet, what's up with the job, turkey?
Dude,
but you got Chet, and then Purdue that's had a great run. You got Jaden Ivey, who everyone's talking about, is another.
He's a freak.
Yeah, and he's a guy who's just like, he's had some fucking sick dunks.
The Knicks got to lose some fucking games to move up there. I mean, we should not have beaten the
DC.
Wizards.
That fucking broke my.
Thank God the Wizards beat the Lakers, but I mean, this is now an issue.
Dude, every time I watch a Knicks game, I'm like, and they win, I'm like, fuck, we're fucking up. We're fucked, dude. We're gonna be. Listen.
Right now, we're actually behind the Wizards again because we lost to the Jazz last night.
Okay, I like that.
But I mean, I'm worried, dude.
If you're a Knicks fan and you're watching and you want them to win, you're a fucking idiot.
Here's where it gets complicated, though, dude. We play the Hawks tomorrow. Am I supposed to root against the baby nutted villain? I mean, this is getting complicated for me.
It's not, though, because the baby nutted villain's team sucks, too. That's the thing. The baby nutted villain is not doing anything. And you know what? It's his bad fucking vibes. Okay? Because he's emanating bad vibes, the baby nutted villain. It must be annoying to be around a little fucking guy, a tiny little guy with a speech impediment who's always talking shit to you, who's always saying who's got his little fucked up hair. That's all, and you're an Adonis. Like, let's say, for example, just picking him randomly here.
I wonder who you're going to say here.
let's say you're just a beautiful fucking hunk of meat, who can dunk, who can shoot threes, who's got a nice skill set for the NBA. I don't know.
Probably got a big package too.
Probably a nice fat caramel colored dong. You know what I mean? Someone like John Collins, let's say.
For example.
That just kind of came out of, who knows? It must be annoying. I mean, we've seen this over and over again, though. The Hawks, for real, in Trey's tenure, he didn't get along with a coach. And look, whatever. Lloyd Pierce might have been a fucking bad coach, but also maybe maybe what we saw last year, where everyone was trying to suck off Nate McMillan, who, by the way, I do think is a very good coach, and I think the Pacers clearly fucked up just trying to get Nick Nurse's friend, that guy who's already been fired, Nate Bjorkgren. I think
the Pacers, don't they have Rick Carlisle?
But Nate Bjorkgren was the guy they hired instead.
Right. Sure.
They let McMillan go, who's a very good coach, a very solid defensive coach. But is it possible that what we saw last year from Atlanta was just Trey hating Lloyd Pierce so much that he willed that team to a second half, like supernova, but was unselfish. I mean, a lot of what people were talking about when Nate McMillan was added to the roster was that, as a coach, was that he was keeping it real with Trey, that he would show him like film and say, look, you made the shot, but look at your teammate's body language when you pulled up from 30 for the third time in a row and didn't run a fucking, single play. And people were saying that shit. Was that temporary from Trey because he just hated Lloyd Pierce so much? And every year we hear it, Trey's teammates are unsatisfied. I personally, it's a lot of John Collins, and he did get paid, but it's like, now that he got paid, it seems like it's back to normal, where it's like he's not happy with his role. Is he going to get traded? And then you look at a team like,
how did they get so much worse though? It is weird. You look at their team.
Spiritual rot from being.
I think you're right, because the talent is there. It is a good team. Also, I think that it's the same problem that a lot of teams in the East have now, is that the East is just really fucking good. Like, did they get as much better as the Sixers, the Nets, the Bucks are still incredible. The Heat have gotten better, and now the Heat are. There's a rumor that the Heat could potentially sign and trade for Bradley Beal. They're a suitor.
That word on the street. Where do we hear that?
That's from Real GM, but it could just as easily be word in the street.
Dude, if Pat Riley pulls that shit off, I'm gonna be so pissed. That old motherfucker. That old fucking
The Heat are very good, and the Heat got better. I mean, they got Lowry, they got PJ Tucker, they've added pieces. Whereas, I mean, have the Hawks gotten better?
I see your point, but a team like the Hawks, when you have a young superstar who, whatever you want to say about Trey, offensively is a top, just purely offensively, top I don't 10. Know. He's definitely top 10, I would say. I was trying to go through my mind top 5. He's not as skilled as the top 5 players, but
he's averaging 28 a game.
He's knocking on the door, brother. And especially when we talk about consistency.
With almost 10 assists. But you also have to think, okay, statistically fine, he's top 10. Talent-wise, he's very difficult to guard. But when his usage rate is this high, is your team going to be good? Because you're talking about the teammates being upset. You're talking about the bad body language. Like,
yeah,
he has similarities. Who does he get compared to the most? Obviously Steph, because of the long threes. But who does he get compared to in playing style? It's James Harden.
Baby James, you're right. He looks like little. Yeah.
That's a good people comp. Did not love playing with James.
Yeah, and if you're even smaller and less useful on defense, that must be very. And again. You don't get pussy. Now, was James Harden sharing? James Harden sharing pussy with his teammates? Because that might have been something.
Was he like passing a woman behind his head like this?
Yeah, exactly. Was he drawing 2 defenders and then passing a bitch up to PJ Tucker in the corner? Maybe he was. Although PJ's a handsome man. PJ had no trouble getting pussy.
He's a handsome guy.
Let's see. Who's an ugly motherfucker on the Rockets teams? That probably didn't get that much pussy. Who's that tall? Ryan? What was the tall guy? Ryan, the 7-footer who
Anderson
could shoot threes. Was his name Anderson?
Ryan Anderson.
Was that his name? Yeah, you're right. Yeah. He was kind of, but he's so tall he could probably get pussy. Okay, folks. Well,
he's an ugly guy.
You don't think he's ugly?
No.
Okay, Rockets team 2000.
No, he's not an ugly guy.
Or not 17. 2000.
Look at a picture of this guy. He's kind of a handsome guy.
Yeah, is he a hot guy?
He's pretty good looking.
Okay, all right. I rescinded. Let's see here. Ryan Anderson. Let me just look at a picture. All right, he's okay, I guess. Let's see who the.
Stop. He's an NBA player. He's pulling ass. What do you think these guys' lives are like?
He's 6'9". You're right. What about Zhu Qi? The 7'1" Chinese guy. I remember that guy.
This is the worst fucking podcast.
He was fucking ugly, dude. He was ugly.
What?
Yeah. He looked. He just did not. He was tall, and I don't know where he's playing now. He's probably.
What about? I mean, it's weird that the Hawks are going to be a playing team. That's fucking weird.
Yeah. Okay, I guess I'll end with. I guess it is Zuki who's the least fuckable man, and that's not anti-Asian discrimination. He had a weird mouth. I remember him specifically. I've check my X videos history if you think I'm sexually I have some kind of sexual bias against the beautiful Asian community, because I do not. I have beaten off
no one would ever accuse you of that.
Plenty of Asian women and had sex with too few, if you ask me. I'm trying to get those numbers up. And who knows? Right. Maybe an Asian man, just not Zoo. So don't even fucking try and accuse me of racism, sexual racism. Right
I think you took that one too far. I don't think you want a dude showing up. I don't know. I think you tried to overcorrect. I think you dug a hole and you tried to overcorrect.
I don't know.
How about
Gerald Green? There's some guys who got pussy on that team. Gerald Green was a hot guy,
handsome guy, and he's a high flyer. Gordon
looks a little like Mickey Mouse, but you know he's still a 6'3". Clint Capella probably fucked. Tariq Black, what did he look like? Yeah, handsome guy.
What about
you're just joining us, folks. We're going over the 2017-18 Rockets and seeing which one of them got pussy.
Daniel House got pussy.
Joe Johnson, of course. Luke Baumute, I think so. Although he's kind of ugly too, I forget now. But anyway, okay, we can move on from now.
We got to mention. Sorry for 8-minute "Would you fuck this Rocket" segment, but LeBron passed Karl Malone.
Yes, huge. Yeah. That's great. Yes, fuck Karl Malone. It's pretty funny. I mean, yeah, we started talking about how the Jazz, how we were just knew not to root for the Jazz as children, and
we were right. Our instincts as kids were right. That Malone?
Yeah. Child molester.
Yeah, and Stockton is like a QAnon guy.
A weird QAnon guy, absolutely. two of the least likable guys in hindsight.
Stockton is the vibe of a guy that would show up on Fox News with a bow tie. That's his total. Yeah. That's his energy. It feels like.
And talk about what an honor it was to be on. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tucker. It's an honor to be sharing the truth with our fellow Americans on your program. We watch it every night. Yeah, Stockton. You know, I wonder if he's a Mormon too, right? Isn't he?
I don't actually know.
Or is he
not? I don't think he is. I think you're profiling him, but
I think just white guy who played in Utah. You're probably right.
Yeah, I don't think
he converted. Oh, here's what he had to say about Mormons. This is great. This is from, this is from. Oh, I thought we were going to catch him being racist, but this is from, or I guess prejudice, but this is from a LatterdaySaintsLiving.com. So it's probably going to be, for one, the notion that Salt Lake City is overwhelmingly Mormon is simply false. Actually, the city is somewhat diverse with a substantial Catholic minority. That's what diversity is to John Stockton, is there's Catholics there. There's all kinds of white people. There's all kinds of white fundamentalists in Utah. It's not just fucking.
It was weird because a lot of times as a kid, you'd be like excited when a white player was good, but for some reason,
Stockton never
and
did
Hornacek, I was just kind of like, eh.
Yeah. No,
like for some reason, I thought like Thunder Dan, I thought was cool on Phoenix.
Thunder Dan was cool
until he went to the Heat.
Great name. Thunder Dan is a fucking awesome name.
Also, he was like a hot guy who you knew fucked a lot.
Dan Marley got his dick sucked for sure. No question.
Also, yeah. Like,
no questions asked. Phoenix, are you kidding me, dude? He was in there.
He's got a bar named Marley's, dude.
You were texting me when you were at Marley's years ago at this point.
Marley's, bro.
5 years ago. Yeah, see, it was always pure Euros to me. I didn't get excited when I saw the Anglos. I didn't get excited when I saw you fucking honkies balling. I needed some fucking Euro in there. That's why I was a Divac guy.
LeBron passing, Divac was the man. But LeBron passing Malone is pretty awesome because he's going to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Knock on wood. Yes,
I think he will.
You think so, but dude, Kareem even was like, if and when he gets there, I will congratulate him. You know, Kareem's like, look, this shit is hard, motherfucker. And the reality is, I think LeBron is still like a full 82 game season of averaging 20 points from passing.
You tell me he's going to play one more season? Look what he averaged this year.
I'm just saying the motherfucker's 37 years old. And that's not like, it's not a given in the way that it would be if it was like 100 points or something like that.
It's a given. He's going to pass it.
It's not listen, I'm not rooting against LeBron. I'm just saying that's a lot of points for a 37-year-old. If there's
is LeBron not playing 2 more seasons at least? He is. I've been on record saying he's playing until his son makes the NBA.
Probably. He probably is. I'm just saying. I'm saying if all goes to plan, yes. But dude, remember what Kobe's fucking. I mean, I'm not rooting for LeBron to blow his shit out. I'm just saying there's a reason it's so hard. Everyone thought Karl Malone was going to pass Kareem, right? Like Karl Malone was playing fucking with those Lakers. I mean, Karl Malone played until I was out of high school, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he played forever, but he got towards the end, those injuries just kind of started piling up. Now, obviously, LeBron is a much better player at age 37 than literally anyone in the NBA ever has been.
No, but Kareem famously played forever. I mean, that was a big thing, is that he played forever. He had a type of game where he could still score even at the end.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, and look, LeBron is smart enough that he will be a useful basketball player and as long as he wants to play. LeBron could play until he's 50 if he really wanted to, and just fucking, you know, if Vince Carter could play until he's 42 or whatever the fuck, LeBron can play until he's 45. But it's not like he's a shooter or like, you know, is going to be raining skyhooks. Now, don't get me wrong. If LeBron doesn't get injured, he's getting that fucking record. But I'm just saying it's something to root for. And, you know, more than that, dude, LeBron has been like clearly what's going on now. LeBron is trying to get that scoring title. I think we talked about it a little bit a couple of weeks ago as like a wouldn't this be fun thing. But as the Lakers have continued to fucking eat dog shit, LeBron, the only thing LeBron has to play for is a scoring title, which I got to say, a scoring
title. It's probably
title,
keeping him engaged, honestly. He's probably like, you know.
A scoring title at age 37 would be fucking legendary, bro. And right now it's Joel and Jan. Joel has 29.9. Giannis has 29.8 and LeBron has 29.5.
Oh, I have it 29.8 here. Is that updated?
Is mine updated or is yours? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just going off NBA.com.
Oh, I don't know if it is.
Oh, you're right. You're right. They updated it. They're all tied at 29.8. That's fucking nuts.
So then, yeah, it is crazy. Other news, Zion and Dame are both shut down for the season, it seems.
Well, who the fuck? I mean, Dame, I could have fucking told you that. Zion, that's a little bit of a blow. It seemed like
it's a blow because if you want to trade him, that value is kind of
You're not trading him, mother. You are out of your fucking mind.
Oh, they're gonna have to trade him. He doesn't want to play there.
Immediately you go to the trade. They're not trading him. They're not trading him.
Have you seen him lately? He
doesn't
look great.
Not trading him. You relax over there, licking your chops, thinking Zion's coming over here for 2 first-round picks and Evan Fournier. It's not happening, brother. They're gonna look. Zion is gonna take that extension. He's too fat and injured not to. And the Pelicans.
Do you want to pay him if you're the Pelicans?
If you're the Pelicans, what else are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Get that team out of New Orleans and put him in Seattle.
If you got that team out of New Orleans, I would say then there is a viable path to a build around Ingram, because Ingram's a fucking good player. Ingram and I guess CJ at this point, like if you get the James Harden package for Zion, if you get, you know,
he hasn't earned a James Harden package, dude. He's out of shape. James Harden was. Yeah, that's crazy to put him in the same.
It's not. It's really fucking not, because what you are holding in your hand is even a 1 in 4 lottery ticket for an MVP. I mean, Zion, if he bounces back, and look, I know he's had a rough go of it, but like Embiid didn't play the first 2.5 fucking seasons of his career.
It's different, and you know it.
Is it different? How is it different? Yeah. He had structural problems.
Embiid is 7 feet, and Zion is not. It is all about explosiveness with Zion. We haven't seen a player like him since Barkley.
I think it's
and different. He relies on explosiveness more than even Barkley did.
That's fair. Okay, the explosiveness factor is fair, but I would say how many 7-footers with structural knee problems would you have bet on, like, coming back from that? I mean,
okay, but there's guys that didn't have his body type that were injured for many seasons. Think of guys like Grant Hill. Think of guys like Derrick Rose.
Oh, the injuries exist. I'm saying Embiid's bounce back is a little more improbable than we give it credit for. And he, like, dude, think about when Embiid signed his extension. People were having this exact same fucking conversation. People were saying, "Would you pay him?"
Embiid was not in the shape he is right now.
30 good games,
but he wasn't in Zion has gained a lot of weight.
It's
and I'm trying to plummet his value right now because I'd like to make him
it's not happening, motherfucker.
I think you reunite the Duke 3.
Okay. Whatever. If you're the Pelicans, you don't do that simply because you're the fucking New Orleans Pelicans. No one of Zion's caliber is coming. Maybe if you were in a better market and you were like, we can get fucking 4 draft picks and a young player right now for another team that wanted Zion, maybe you would even consider it if you like the bones of your current team, which has been playing hard. But at the same time, Zion, if he hits, takes your team to the next fucking stratosphere. You might have one of the NBA, the faces of the league, right next to Luka, fucking Giannis. Like in a couple of years, like when LeBron's retired, Zion is poised, if he hits, to be one of the faces of the league. You don't give that up, especially if you're in a shithole like fucking.
Well, we'll see. It's a good point. We'll see which way the tide turns, brother. But I got a feeling.
Okay. If you got a feeling, I take back everything I said.
It looks like Steph will return by the playoffs, and it also looks like Chris Paul is likely to return ahead of April 3rd projection.
That's good. That's
great news.
That's great news for the Suns. Great news for the NBA. Steph. It's still a little tough. I mean, this team, are they going to continue to plummet? They lost to the Spurs yesterday in
on a last minute
fucking little putback. The guy missed. I don't remember who put it back, but I think.
What's his name? The guy who played for Team USA on the Spurs.
Oh, okay. White DeJounte.
No, it wasn't DeJounte. It was
wasn't Derek White the other guy?
Keldon Johnson.
Oh, Keldon Johnson. Wait, DeJounte didn't play for Team USA, but Keldon Johnson did?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I thought it was White and DeJounte. But anyway.
It was White and Johnson.
I think you're right. Anyway,
last minute addition.
They lose to the fucking Spurs. Are they going to fucking tumble out of the fucking Mavs are coming on.
Well, it's crazy that they just get Draymond back and then they lose. It's like you just want Steph and Draymond together, really. I mean,
I know you want to see.
And after all this time with Clay, it's making them sneaky, a little too likable for my taste.
Dude, believe me, I fully agree. Now the Warriors, they have the closest team to them at 4 is the Jazz, who I just don't believe in, even though they're on a little 3-game win streak right now. Memphis
right after losing to your boys.
Yes, they did. Memphis is solidly a 2. They're a game and a half over the Warriors. They are not going to let their foot off the gas. But the Jazz, you're 2.5 games ahead of them. They're dog shit. I'm sorry, 2 games. The Mavs and the Wolves, who have hilariously been coming on recently. I mean, the Wolves are on a 4-game win streak. The Mavs kind of.
The Wolves are sneaky fun, and Pat Bev in the playoffs as that kind of agitator is going to be hilarious. And he's in a new role. It's kind of the Wolves are a sneaky fun team. I really like them.
It's hard for me. Pat Bev gets a little too annoying for me sometimes, man.
He's the most annoying.
He gets a little too annoying for me sometimes.
But it's probably good for those young guys to have an annoying vet because it takes a lot of attention away from Cat and Edwards and
that's
Russell,
true.
So.
He's like the lightning rod, where it's like everyone is annoyed at Pat Bev, and you're like, but you know what, you guys are cool. Yeah, that's fair. That's a good point. That's a very good point. And he does, he provides a service. And it's funny because he was originally he got traded to the Grizzlies. Remember, they rerouted him to the Timberwolves. He would have fit in really interestingly on this Grizzlies team, actually. He would have been a great grit and grind role player.
Crazy that the Lakers are the 10 seed right now.
Yeah, they're the 10 seed. They are 2.5 games up on the Spurs, but who fucking knows what the fuck's going to happen. But yeah, if you're the Warriors, I guess I'm not really worried about the Jazz catching me. I'm not worried. I would have been worried about the Mavs, but they just lost 2 in a row.
If you're the Warriors, you love a first round matchup against the T-Wolves, though.
That would be incredible for them. I think they would fuck them up. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if everything holds, I mean, it's funny that the Nuggets have fallen into the play-in only because of how good the fucking Timberwolves have been. So yeah, that'll be interesting. I mean, yeah, if you're the Warriors, I think you probably still, even missing Steph. Now, it's not great to lose to the Spurs, but 2 games up on the Jazz. The Jazz are fucking frauds. We know that.
They're frauds, and I do think there is a path to getting Donovan Mitchell out of there and into New York, as there is a path to bringing Zion home to the Garden.
Yes, bring him home from South Carolina, but bring him home to the Garden.
Bring him home, brother. Some good home cooking. New York City.
I will say I watched a little bit of I've been watching more Celtics since I watched them against the Warriors.
They're good.
Who, without Steph, and that you could be like, oh, the Steph was out. Then I watched a little bit of that Nuggets Celtics game in between March Madness yesterday. Their defense is annoying me with how fucking good it is, dude.
They could win. They can upset it. Do they have the Bulls in the first round? Are you taking the Bulls?
That is a nightmare for
as of now.
That's a nightmare for the Bulls for sure. The Bulls got to get their shit fucking together, man. Although, who knows?
And right now, man, the Sixers are only a half a game behind the Bucks.
Fuck the Sixers. Fuck them, dude. They can.
I'm saying I don't think they want that 2 seed.
They don't want the 2 seed. They're fucking cowards. I've flipped on the Sixers. They're fucking cowards. They're yellow bellied cowards. I'm slowly shedding.
Playoff Stavi?
I'm getting into playoff mode where it's like all the like regular seasons like stuff that I've enjoyed and the teams that I'm like, oh, that's a nice little story. Fuck them. I'm getting ready, dude. Fuck the Sixers. Fuck the Bulls. The Heat can already suck my dick. We're running back what happened to you last year, you fucking South Beach cocksuckers. You bubble frauds.
I will say this:
what annoys
bubble
me, frauds. Suck
Heat
my fucking dick.
I like watching the Heat play. Spo is such a great coach.
He is a good coach.
And another thing,
he ain't got
I like
nothing
about
on
the Heat.
Big Dick Mikey Budenholzer. But Mike's
Big Dick Mikey? Is that what you called him last year? I don't remember.
Yes.
I remember
I've called him that the whole time.
A sniper rifle. I don't remember.
I've always believed in Mike Budenholzer.
So
a big fat floppy cock that's going right down Eric Spoelstra's fucking little mouth. And he does have a cute little mouth.
Spoelstra's the man. And I hate to say it, the Heat have done a great job with merchandise, man. Those jerseys are the coolest alt jerseys
Miami
in the
Vice
game.
Jerseys are awesome.
They're amazing. You've got the ones that are multicolored. You've got the ones that are like pink and blue. Yeah, I love those. That one, either entry, either hole, we're down to go. Now,
you can pussy or ass, guys.
Those are great jerseys, and I also love the ones that look like weird little ransom notes.
I hate those. Those stink.
They have cool jerseys.
It's cool that you could customize them any way you want. That is kind of sick, but those jerseys suck, especially coming off the Miami Heat ones or Miami Vice ones. Those are
those are the coolest in the league. And also, it's like if you're a kid, you want that fucking Miami Vice jersey. You can get a hot pink or a light blue jersey in the nice weather of Miami.
That's a nice look. It's crazy how long they've had those because Dwayne Wade played in the original Miami Vice jersey. Like that's how long it's been. It's been
that farewell season. Yeah, I was at the cellar last night, and the manager Liz was in a Wade County shirt.
Hell yeah. Anyway, yeah. So fuck the Heat, fuck the Sixers. The Celtics can suck my dick. The Bulls are fucking regular season frauds. The Cavs are little babies that have nothing on anyone. The Raptors can suck my dick, and so can the Nets. So just to catch everyone up on how I feel. And you know what? Bring on the fucking Nets in the first round. I don't give a fuck. Fuck them. Fuck them.
All right.
They can suck my fucking dick.
That was beautiful.
Thanks, man. Yeah, the Celtics have been pissing me off with how good their fucking defense is. The fucking Raptors have had a couple big wins, man. I mean, they just beat the fucking Sixers. They just look fucking good. They're just gonna play tough. They're not a young team that's gonna lay down in the first round. They're not a young team that's getting swept by anybody. No, I agree with that. Maybe a gentleman's sweep.
Well, I mean, it depends who they're playing, but
yeah, no,
if they're playing Philly, you're telling me they can't take 2 games off them? I mean, I think Philly wins the series, but.
Philly just fucking put up a despicable performance against them.
And so, also Philly is the most vulnerable of the Eastern's quote unquote superpower teams because Harden and Embiid, they haven't played a ton together. Tobias Harris has been somewhat neutralized in this situation. I really believe losing Seth Curry is the biggest. Like, having Seth Curry on that team would make everything different to me because he's such a great shooter. It's a guy you can't ever leave open. It's different than Korkmaz. It's different than Yang. I know Yang's a good shooter, but Curry is one of the best shooters in the game.
Yeah. Curry.
And Curry can create. Curry is... It's funny how he kind of came in the league like people were like, oh, it's Seth Curry. He's a very good NBA player now.
Absolutely. And he's playing for his father-in-law. So, or he was playing. I'm sorry. Now he's playing for Steve Nash. He was playing for his father-in-law. But I mean, yeah, it definitely hurts their... I mean, listen, if you're the Sixers, this really comes down to they're going to play an ugly brand of basketball. I mean, that's how you win if you're the Sixers. Yeah. You have the best center in the league, arguably, definitely the best, like, traditional center in the league
Jokic.
Traditional motherfucker. Jokic is basically a point guard center, basically.
All right. But, I mean, he's also kind of like Vlade Divac on steroids.
Yeah, but Vlade was, like, for his time, very revolutionary, just running shit out of the fucking elbow. And now Jokic runs shit at the fucking 3-point line. I mean, he's starting sets, literally.
If Dirk were a point guard, honestly.
Yeah. And Embiid also gives you that traditional, like, superstar center, like, don't worry, this defense is fucking 10 times better than it would be without me. So you have this, like, incredible rim protector guy who's going to shut down, muck things up, and then between him and Harden, you have two of the best guys at getting to the line in the league. So it's going to be ugly.
But in the playoffs, they're going to make him play a little more. I don't think
they'll make him play a little more. But that's what I'm saying. They just, I mean, it's funny they lost a close one to the Raptors. I think it was like in the fucking 90s or some bullshit. But it's like, that's how you got to, I mean, I could see the Sixers playing like that in the playoffs, man. I really could. They mucked the fucking whole game up.
Just as I'm praising Seth Curry, his last game, he hit 7 threes. I mean, 7 of 11 from I mean, he's just such a valuable shooter. Losing him is pretty rough for them. I think he was having a great year for Philly.
But then here's the other thing. Is Ben Simmons even going to fucking play? I mean, dude,
it looks like he's not.
I'm back to feeling bad for Simmons. I mean,
it looks like, do you think his agent's like, we got to make sure you get paid that 20 mil or whatever you're owed?
But see, this is a new injury. If he said he was dealing with this while he was with the Sixers, I would think that. But dude, these motherfuckers just said he got an epidural, which from what I understand, that's what you give a lady when she's fucking, he's having pain on the level of childbirth. That's what you give a woman to like make her feel okay during childbirth. If his injury is as bad as a fucking baby coming out of your pussy, that's tough, dude. That's excruciating pain. And that was the first time where I was like, oh wow, he's not, like, he might not be bullshitting here. And it's like, if he hurt his back, that's a tough, dude. Back. I mean, more than most. Your back gets fucked up. That fucks your whole life up for a while. Let alone as a comedian, let alone a fucking NBA basketball.
I feel for him, man. No, I'm with you. I really do. He's I hope you don't want to see anyone go through that shit. So. Especially
if the fucking mental health shit wasn't fake, like, he must feel like a real asshole right now. You know what I mean? Like, being hurt again and, like,
It sucks. And also the question is Kyrie going to be allowed to play, which at this point does seem ridiculous.
I know. And it doesn't seem like he will be. And you know what I say? Good on Mayor Adams, because we have to make an example of these people that don't want to advance the greater good, who think it's all about
until baseball season and Aaron Judge is not vaxxed. At that point, maybe we lift it because go Yankees.
Well, I would say fuck the Yankees as well.
I would disagree
from a personal standpoint. Go O's.
Fuck the O's, dude.
Go O's. Fuck the Yankees. Fuck the Red Sox. We're the only
fuck
team.
The Red Sox. I'll give you that.
Yeah, thank you. We can agree. We can agree on some things. But yeah, yeah. So I don't know. It doesn't look like Kyrie's gonna fucking play, but
it's just ridiculous.
It is.
It's bad for basketball. It sucks.
It sucks. But at the end of the day, I'm just like, if I'm Kyrie, it's like, what are you trying to prove, bro? Do it for your teammates.
And at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is I think the Knicks should be the first New York team to bring a basketball title here in the new millennium. Okay. I think the Knicks should be the team. So why not?
So let's keep them not playing. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I just don't want the Nets to win a championship.
They're not going to win a fucking championship because they're going to run into the fucking Milwaukee Bucks buzzsaw, and it ain't going to go the way those fucking cocksuckers think it's going to go. Okay? Fuck Seth Curry. Fuck Callie Curry.
There was no need for that.
Fuck
That was
unacceptable.
No.
Fuck Canada.
With Stav.
No, I'm going off. Fuck the Nets as a staff, as a record label, and as a whole motherfucking crew.
Hell yeah, dude. Concerned. Take money. Take Stavi.
Yeah, dude, I'm warming up for the playoffs. I can feel it. I'm not all the way there, but it's feeling good, dude. I'm getting loose. I'm ready to tell every other Eastern Conference team they can suck my
Get out the way, yo. Get out the way, yo. Brooklyn Nets just got dropped.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Fuck them. I can't wait. I'm honestly getting fucking hyped up, and the tournament has been good for just like I spent
a distraction because this part of the NBA season's a bore. Let's be real.
It's getting there though, bro, and I'm telling you,
it's getting there, matters. But it's right before. If Murray
wasn't hurt, dude, a lot of these games. Look, okay, let's pick the random games, right? Let's pick random games today and tomorrow.
We're this close to the fucking playoffs, though, bro. And as a Knicks fan, this is pretty boring for me because I'm watching.
That's the real issue.
I hate watching the Knicks and knowing it's for their. It's like when you're getting spanked as a kid and they're like, "This is for your own good," and that's how I feel watching the Knicks right now. Really, we should be getting spanked.
Yeah, I know.
And if we don't get spanked, sure, it feels good in the moment, but.
Yeah,
long term.
You know what? That's a good point. Tom Thibodeau's like a little kid, a naughty little kid who's slipping out of his parents' hands with his ass cheeks out, going back into the cookie jar. That's more Taj Gibson minutes as an extra cookie. They're like, no, stop giving Taj Gibson minutes. Have your vegetables. Play a rookie.
I gotta say, man, I fucking love Taj Gibson. He's one of my favorite Knicks because he's
rules, but come on, man.
He's a character guy. He really is a great leader on the team. I hope he's a Knick for a long time.
Well, how long is the motherfucker going to play? He's 38 years old or whatever.
He's 36, Stavros.
A long time. Yeah, he's been a Knick for far too long, if you ask me.
Hey, that's fucked up. He also is he's a New Yorker. He's added a 3-point shot. I love Taj.
Relax, you motherfucker.
I will not relax. I have nothing.
You deserve this. You deserve this with shit like that. Okay, now let's go back to my point before you fucking shoehorned the Knicks back into it. Let's go into the random. It's a fucking random Monday, right?
Yeah.
Pelicans, Hornets, whatever. The Hornets are still in the race. They need that win. Not the best, not the worst. Lakers, Cavs. Will LeBron go? I mean, he just had 38 in a meaningless game before. Cavs need to hold on for Eastern Conference seeding. They're going to be playing hard. The Lakers are playing for the fucking 10 seed. LeBron is going off.
Get to the game that I want to talk about. You know which game I want to talk about tonight.
Well, there's Heat Sixers.
That's what I want to talk about.
And that's what I'm saying. Heat Sixers is a fucking hard dick banger. Can't wait to watch that. Jazz Nets, whatever. I mean, every Nets game is must see TV because they're the fucking 8 seed. Are they going to get out of the playoff tournament? You have the Jazz. Can they catch the fucking Warriors? Raptors, Bulls. They're only a fucking game apart, bro. The Raptors are 40-31. The Bulls are 41-29. They could make up a
must win for Chicago. And where the hell is Lonzo Ball, dude? I mean, this is another. As great a player as Lonzo Ball is when he's healthy, he has not been healthy for a lot of his NBA career, and he's another young guy.
Yeah, no, true. And then we have and then whatever. There's some fucking bullshit Celtics Thunder, but then Timberwolves, Mavs. I mean, those are great games, bro. And that's just a random ass day. And
brother,
I'm telling you. And then tomorrow, Hawks Knicks, the fucking baby nutted rivalry. You have
I
Bulls,
just put my sunglasses on for a reason, motherfucker.
And you have Bulls Bucks. Fucking sick game. Clippers Nuggets, another good one. The Nuggets are scraping. The Clippers are scraping. The Nuggets need every win to get out of the playoff tournament and back into the playoffs. I'm telling you, bro, there's something to watch for every night. There's 2 or 3 consequential games every night. It's good shit. I love this part of the season.
Yeah, I guess so. Nuggets, they're the 7th seed. That's wild.
See, bro?
They're tied with the T-Wolves. I think the T-Wolves end up the 7th seed, but we'll see.
We'll see, bro. Anyway, any other things you wanted to hit, my friend?
We hit it, brother. I'm just, this is me waiting for the playoffs. That's what this part of the season is for me, brother.
There's plenty. I'm trying to tell you, bro. There's plenty to fight while you're waiting. There's plenty to enjoy. You know what I mean? The lounge is nice. This is the Delta Lounge right now within the playoffs, where you take those edibles and you get on the fucking plane. Anyway, folks, I think that's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you for sticking through that nice little Rockets talk, for seeing who's the most fuckable on the Rockets. And you know, we've got and Sam trying to get us both Donovan Mitchell and Zion in one podcast episode.
And we'll keep RJ. I think that there's a way to get there.
There's a way.
I don't know it yet, but there's a way to get
thread
there.
the needle. We appreciate you. We'll be back with a Patreon episode later in the week as we get closer and closer to the fucking playoffs. We'll talk to you soon, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.